this room and we just had a bunch of random conversations about shopping and...
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the second part of that. And what we typically do, or the way that the process kind of evolves, is we take all of that, just unstructured feedback, and we identify pain points as well as opportunities that you guys brought up based on shopping experiences. And we started with retail, and then we eventually started talking about online, and then we eventually started talking about cell phone service providers and your experience shopping, right? Based on all of that feedback, we came up with some design. So what you're looking at is an alpha. It's not interactive. You do have a display in front of you. You do have a computer in front of you, but nothing actually works. Okay. So the man behind the mirror is actually going to be navigating. I have questions about the things that you're going to see. And as we are looking at this, it is not in production now. The purpose of this session is really to get feedback on a very early prototype. So as you are looking at things, if something stands out, if something looks wrong, if something grabs your attention, we definitely want to know. I have a lot of other questions, aside from your feedback, but the purpose of this is really just to pick your brain about this. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to kind of scroll up and down the page. If there is something specific that you want to stop on, let us know, and we'll stop. And as we are just looking generally, just kind of think about things that are, drawing your attention. If anything stands out, if anything looks out of place, if anything is, oh, wow, I love that, or, oh, wow, I hate that. Even though we do have the creator in the room, he will not take offense to criticism because we are here to improve.
Okay.
Okay? So we're just going to start with just general navigation.
Okay. Don't scroll down, okay? Let me know if something makes interest.
Was that too fast? Do you need
that was too fast. Okay, so it's the same thing on the orange and the blue.
And when you say same thing, what do you mean?
Like the same 3 plans.
Okay. Is there anything appealing with first versus second?
I like orange better than blue, but that's just me personally.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other differences between the two? So even though the plans are the same visually, there's a couple of different things.
Yeah, the top one has also some buttons on top.
Okay.
Like best value, most popular, add now. I like those. Those catch my eye.
Okay. And the reason why you like those?
They just make it more complete to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they add like kind of a pop of color.
Okay. So if you were personally shopping for plans
Mm-hmm.
and you had the information there in front of you, would this be enough for you to make a decision?
Let's see. I think so. I mean, it has the minutes, the text, and the gigabytes of internet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, this would be enough information.
Okay. Was there a third part on this one?
Yes.
Oh, it's also the same thing. Wait, it's all the same, right? Or is this one different?
As far as the plan details?
Yeah, as far as the 3 plans.
The plan details are the same.
Okay. All don't get it. I
Okay.
don't know what I'm supposed to do.
So, no, and that's fine. So if we can scroll back up to the
All the way up?
correct. Yeah. So one of the things that is unique to the TrackPhone brand is that depending on the type of device, you may or may not, or you may be purchasing the wrong plan if your device isn't, what do you call it? Not eligible, but
Smartphone?
yeah, okay. So if you have a smartphone or feature phone, there are plans that are unique to each.
Mm-hmm.
So based on what you see, is it easy to determine the differences between the plan depending on the device that you have?
Oh, no.
So let's say you had a feature phone.
Uh-huh.
Of the plans that are shown, is it easy for you to determine which plans you can purchase?
No, I can't tell. I wouldn't be able to tell at all which ones are for smartphone or feature phone.
And what would you expect to see?
Some kind of indication like smartphone or like a division, like smartphone plans, and then in a separate section, feature phone plans.
Okay.
If they're mixed together, I would get confused.
Okay. Can we go to the plan details? So as we look at this page, this is if you wanted to learn more about a plan. Think about the type of information that you would like to see. And we just like comments on what's here.
Again, I'd like to see like if this is for smartphone or feature phone or both. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, cool. I like the icons. They make the information pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Where does it say? Okay, 60 minutes, but it does. Where can I find how much web I get and how many texts? It doesn't say. It just says 60 minutes. But I really like the icons, just highlighting the different features, and I like that it's clear. It's a clear distinction of the price, like with auto refill and regularly.
Okay. I'm sorry, what department do you work in?
Customer experience.
Oh, okay. So you're already just working with customer experience. You're familiar with carryover.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can you scroll down? So based on how the next section that we're going to look at is how it works. Just feedback on the types of things that you would expect to see in this section.
Okay.
Versus what is actually there.
Would these be clickable, like the bring your own phone? Could I click on that? Because maybe I don't know what bring your own phone means.
Okay. So based on the text that's there, and again, no contract, auto refill, bring your own phone.
The text is good. I think the text gives a good explanation.
But you're saying that...
maybe you can add... no, I don't know. It's pretty clear, the text.
But you also brought up a good point in that if you don't know what bring your own phone is, and let's say that was clickable, what would you expect to see if you click on that?
Maybe like a little, I don't know what it's called, like a little, the same thing that pops up when you are like putting in your credit card and you don't know what your CCV code is,
Mm-hmm.
like a little, not a full-on pop-up, but like.
Yeah, like a tooltip or something.
Yeah, a little tooltip, exactly.
Okay. Now with the what to consider.
Those are good. How to bring your number or get a new one, excellent. Like that's totally a question I would have.
Mm-hmm.
What is our coverage? Another really good one.
Mm-hmm.
How can we help you? What would that have in it?
That's a good question. So you're saying just based on the text that's there, you don't necessarily know where that takes you or what information would be presented?
Just for the how can we help you one. I
Okay.
don't know what it would be too. But I would click it
Mhm.
and then find out.
Okay.
But I really like the other two because those are totally questions that I would have.
Okay. On the plan details page, is there anything else that you would want to know as a customer? If you can kind of scroll back up to the top too, just so we have.
No, the only question that it didn't answer is like how many texts and gigs of what do I get with this?
Okay.
Actually, for that plan, you get 60 minutes and you can use them for talking text or data. But what you get is 60 minutes. That's how the basic plans work.
I don't get it. Like, how can I use minutes to text?
I mean, everything is part of one bucket. And when you text, that bucket, it gets
minute?
reduced.
So one text is 1 minute?
It's a formula. It's a formula. Like 3 texts is equal 1 minute. Blah, blah.
Okay. I mean, this is super like unclear and confusing.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Like for me even. So I don't know like how someone old could understand this.
Looking at the navigation bar, can you tell me the purpose of that? So
Navigation
we're
bar?
starting with unlimited, talking text, preferred, basic, other, add more. What is the purpose of that? Maybe call it a header, but.
I'm not sure. Is it like different kinds of plans? I can't tell. I mean, I know this one is a basic phone plan, so I can guess that it's other kinds of plans, but I'm also not clear on what it is.
Okay. What's the purpose of the orange arrow?
The orange arrow to go back to the main page.
Okay. So after you click on that arrow, where would you expect to go?
To the first page you showed me.
Okay. You're going to move to the next one?
So, this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So again, we're going to scroll top to bottom. Just what draws your attention.
What draws my attention? I don't know, the light blue bubble.
Do the colors mean anything to you?
No, they're almost confusing.
Okay. And why?
Because I don't know like what they mean or what they're trying to tell me.
Are you looking to associate colors with something specific?
Not particularly, but I feel like this is like random almost, or I have to really like, it's just like, it makes me think that they're associated with something, and it makes me confused because I can't figure out what that is.
Okay. Looking at the plans that are currently on the page, what are some of the differences between the three?
The first one is for 30 days, and it's unlimited with 2 gigs of data. Whereas the second one is 90 days. Oh, I guess that's the basic one that we looked at. The 90 days with 60 minutes. And then the last one is an add-on. Yeah, the different colors really make my brain work too much. Like, it's also the font is a different color, and I don't understand why.
Okay. After clicking on add, what would you expect the next thing to be?
I click on add.
Mhm.
I guess I would add it to my cart, or I don't know, because I see the little compare boxes. So I don't know if I would add it to the plans I'm comparing my cart.
The page that we were just on that had the plan details, based on what you see in front of you, how would you get to that page?
Just click on like the big bubble, maybe.
Okay. So clicking on the colored bubble, you would expect that to take you to the plan details.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how else I would get there.
Okay. After selecting compare and looking to compare multiple plans, what are the types of things that you would expect to show up in that comparison window?
Similar to what I see now, I would want to see how many service days I get, how many minutes, how many texts, and how much data, and the price. Like kind of in a table, like side by side, really clearly.
Mhm. Okay, did we have one more?
Yes, sir. Scroll down. And then we go back up.
Oh, cool. I like the compare thing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice.
And if you had 4 attributes of a plan that you could see at a glance, what 4 attributes would those be?
Price, internet, and talking text.
Okay.
Maybe like service days, but I guess that would be the 5th one, so not included.
Okay. So if we can scroll back to the top. Sure. So looking at the different plan cards as well as the filtering options, what information would you expect to see on this page?
Oh, cool. Okay, so it does give you the service days. I guess this is all the 30-day plans.
Mhm.
So I would expect to see the different plan offerings.
And you made that assumption because?
Because 30 days is orange, like highlighted, seems to be selected.
Okay. And you're talking about the
header.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would assume that these are all 30-day plans.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you also associating the color of what's highlighted with the color of the card?
I mean, they're all orange, so
Right. Okay.
I just figure it's like a theme.
By clicking on show more, what would you expect to see?
Kind of like the other page I saw with the basic plan. I would expect to see that.
Mm-hmm. The filtering options on the left-hand side, what types of things would you expect to be able to filter on?
Okay, I like that you filter it by device type. Minutes and text, price for sure. Maybe like data usage.
slider that's there, what's the purpose of that?
To set the maximum price.
Okay.
But that's also not like clearly marked. I don't know. It could be that I only want $45 plans.
And for a,
You're guinea pig.
okay, we have a couple more minutes, so let us wrap up, and then I'm going to call you.
All right, I have a 305, so it might be tight.
You have a 305?
It's a 307.
I lost my train of thought. I had one more question that I was going to ask. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. If you were an existing customer, would you expect the information on the page to be any different? And if yes, why?
What do you mean? If I was an existing customer?
Yes. If you were an existing customer, you already have service established, and you come to this page, would you expect?
Am I logged in?
That's a good question.
I mean, if I were logged in, it would be cool if there was like a little chat box or like thing that pops up that offers me maybe like personalized recommendations, like the plan I already bought, or maybe like an add-on if I'm running out of data or something. But otherwise, no, not really.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Appreciate. And so you're in whose area? Customer experience?
Analytics, data science.
Okay. So that's Pedro, and then, but do you report directly to Pedro, or?
I report to Luz.
Oh, okay. Luz. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you for your feedback. There are no treats, so just feel good about what you've done.
I do. Okay, so one on your photo.
Oh, thank you. So there's essentially three things then, right?
Yes.